What do you say, though, Congressman? I mean, the president was in Council Bluffs the other day and said a vote for you is a vote for me and my agenda to make America great again. So that pretty well makes you a Trump person, doesn't it?
It makes me a third district person, and let's talk about some of the things that I agree with the president on. The tax relief for Iowans. I'm hearing from so many voices, small businesses, larger employers, individuals, about the benefit of keeping more of their hard-earned tax dollars. The rules and regulations that have been rolled back is helping to grow businesses. Making sure that we get rid of awful regulations such as the Waters of the USA regulation from the Obama administration, which my opponent supports. And then on the international front, making sure that we rebuild our military, give the largest pay increase in almost a decade to our soldiers. Sitting down with leaders in North Korea is a great place to start, fighting back on ISIS. But there are places where I disagree with the president on.
What are some examples of those?
Particularly the tariffs. I do not like tariffs. I see tariffs as a tax on consumers, employers, employees. And these short-term limited duration plans for health care, I don't like the fact that they don't cover pre-existing conditions. And then, the EPA gave some waivers to refineries that I don't think deserve them, and I'd like more oversight over those. So those are just a few.
And Ms. Axne, for you, you've seen the ads. Is it a vote for you, a vote for House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi?
Well, I'll tell you what, I've seen a heck of a lot of ads, and quite honestly, they're all false. So certainly I've got into this race because I want to make sure that Iowans have a voice out in Washington, and I'll be working for Iowans. And I've said in every single time I've been out talking with folks here, I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, or Independent, every single one of us is in this together. This is one of the most important elections of our lifetime, and we all deserve to have a voice out in Washington. And so I certainly am here to make sure that Iowans have a voice, our farmers have a voice, our kids who are coming out with so much student loan debt, and adults as well, that they can barely get off on the right foot. Small businesses, certainly our hardworking teachers and hardworking Iowa families. I want to make sure that they've got a voice. So I will be independent in my thinking, and it will always be to make sure that we better the lives of the people that live here. But
you have said that you agree with this minority leader on most topics. Is that not accurate?
No, that is not accurate. That's another false claim that was taken out of context. I think the question in that meeting was, what do you disagree with the Democratic Party? So that was to answer that. So that's false information as well.
Excuse me, let me put a finer point on it. Will you vote for Nancy Pelosi for Speaker if you're elected to Congress?
Well, I'll tell you what, right now I'm focused on just winning this race, because we've got to get somebody out to Washington that actually is going to stand up to any administration. And quite honestly, I'll stand up to Republicans or Democrats as long as they're working on something that's not appropriate for the people that live here. So I'm going to make sure that when I get to Washington and that time comes, then I'll be voting for whomever is the best representative for the people here in Iowa.